What is going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am host, Matt, the Misfit. This is your SmackDown review for October the 25th, 2024. We have one more week left before Crown Royal, but that's in another week. We got to talk about this incredible, actually very good episode of SmackDown, I thought at least, with probably one of the craziest endings I've seen to a show in a very, very long time. So WWE, this week, when it comes to television, has knocked it out of the park. We had Raw this Monday, which I thought was a really good show. NXT, which I thought was a very, very good show. And tonight's SmackDown. Man, I was disappointed from watching AEW this week. I was very disappointed of how lackluster of a fucking show that was. Thankfully, this show took that bad taste that came out of what was in my mouth from Dynamite and took it out of my mouth, and I flushed it down the toilet. Holy cow. I cannot wait to talk about this show. A lot of things happen on the show here. Motor City Machine Guns not only became the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships, they fucking win the titles 15 minutes later. We're going to talk about that and much, much more. We have some spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and say with some spoiler warnings that could be played earlier on because we have, we'll see what we have. One new match announced for Crown Jewel, which is a match that was announced on next week's episode of SmackDown, which was taped while this show was on the air. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that. Much, much more. Please hit the like button, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, do youtube.com/@MisfitWrestlingPodcast. You can also tweet out. You can tweet out on Twitter, Pile Driver Post on Twitter, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, iHeart Radio, Spotify, where you can find the audio outlets as well. I did want to make mention of Halloween Havoc. I did want to make mention that I had to change some of my predictions around because they did announce that the TLC match between Tony D'Angelo and Obafemi is actually now a pinfall match in the TLC. So that kind of fucked a lot of things up for me when it comes to that. So I'm going to redo through my predictions. Maybe some of them might change that one around here, but we'll see. But we started off with Randy Orton calling out Triple H. Yes, Triple H. As we were in Brooklyn here, they went through past gorilla position. Michael Cole was back from his week vacation. Love to see Michael Cole back. Orton says that he's done everything he can to get his hands on Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel. Owens is off limits for some reason. He says since Nick Aldis told him that last week they couldn't face Owens because it came from above his pay grade. He wants to talk to Triple H. Triple H, which is the first time we've seen them having camera for gorilla position shown on television, which I think was pretty cool here. Triple H comes out, says he would rather not have to do this in public, and despite Orton's claims that he's protecting Owens, he tells Orton he will not face Owens at Crown Jewel, but Orton insists that Triple H is protecting Owens. Triple H says that he tells Orton that he is actually trying to protect Orton from himself rather than protecting Orton from Owens. He says that he's known both of them for a long time. Says that Owens has never had a friend in the business because he's all about the business and money. For the first time ever, he let his guard down and trusted Orton and Cody Rhodes, and says that he's not sure that's the case now, Owens likely trusted them. Basically, at this point here, he says like, I didn't want this. He basically did the CM Punk line where he's, Punk, I don't want the new you. The new you sucks. I want the old you. I want the cerebral assassin, that kind of a thing here. And he says, he tells the crowds chanting, let them fight or whatever. And he's like, I hope you guys know what you're asking for. So that crowd jewel is going to be Kevin Owens, versus Randy Orton. So that's a new match announced for Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel has exceeded the 5-match rate. Now it's the 7 matches. We'll talk about that 7th match in a little bit here. But yeah, great opening segment here. As long I'm happy that we don't get to see Triple H a lot on the show. Because if we did, I would kind of hate it if that happened here. But unlike Tony Khan, Triple H has more of an on-screen presence than fucking Tony Khan does. Let's be real there. Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, special referee, LA Knight. This is the 7th match in their best of 7 series here. Basically, this match didn't get anywhere. Well, I mean, the match was probably the weakest of their 7 matches that they've had. But there was a disqualification due to outsider interference, I guess. LA Knight rings the bell for himself and says it's his game rather than a game of best of 7. We get back to the back here, and Nick Aldis berates LA Knight for his actions as special guest referee and informs him that he will be defending the U.S. Championship against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes at Crown Jewel. So they got a triple threat match. The match I kind of figured was going to take place there. We saw, so that's another match announced for Crown Jewel. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton was backstage. Nia informs Tiffany that she's recruited Candice LeRae to help them out take out Bayley and Naomi. Before LeRae and Indy Hartwell walks in, Candice promises Jax that she'll take care of Naomi tonight. And whatnot there. So that's pretty cool here. So I joked with one of my friends and I said, just give everybody B titles, because then they'll get on television. Because we're seeing it. We saw it with Andrade. Now we're seeing it with Candice LeRae. So I love that. Match is fine though. Candice LeRae, Naomi got the win here. And the full Nelson for the win here. Fine little match. Nothing too mischievous to write home about, but yeah, so there's that. Cody Rhodes and Gunther met in the ring for a face-to-face confrontation. I hated last week's segment with Cody Rhodes, but Cody basically berates Gunther, saying, I was at the Las Vegas at the stadium, Allegiant Stadium, doing media for WrestleMania while you were sitting home doing nothing. He says, while Gunther is the World Heavyweight Champion, he's missing the responsibilities of being a champion. Gunther gets decisive about it, he tells higher ups no to their media requests because he has the guts to say no. He says Cody is a gutless champion, and that will always make him the secondary champion. Cody says he doesn't see Gunther as the ring general because he leads no one but himself. He says that he had the guts to make a name for himself outside WWE. Asks Gunther, then attacks Gunther. Ludwig Kaiser appears out of nowhere, clocks Cody, and then Gunther and Kaiser try to go after Cody. Randy Orton makes the save, and we ends up being Gunther and Cody Rhodes versus Cody and Randy versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser set for next week. Motor City Machine Guns DIY in a number 1 contenders match for the tag team titles. This technically was the main event, but not really. So this was a great match. So near the end of the match here, we're gonna go because I'm gonna make sure this is not a long review here. I the show was kind of short, but it was kind of, it was short. Like I'm surprised that I'm even doing some stuff here, right? So actually, before that, we did have some backstage stuff here. So we've seen all three general managers of SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. There with the women's tag team champions, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They were there with Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend from NXT, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green from SmackDown, and the Sky Pirates from Monday Night Raw. So they were basically going on about, you guys have gotten involved with each other's matches. Sky Pirates really have not. But as I said, at Crown Jewel, it's going to be all four teams vying for the tag team title. So that's another match announced for Crown Jewel. And then was announced next week that Bianca Belair is going to take on Lash Legend, Io Sky, and Piper. I think it's Piper Niven in a fatal four-way match. So that's one match that's going to be on the card for next week as well. So main event. Here we got the main event. One of the main events. Alex Shelley, Gargano. They start off here on the DIY Motor City Machine Guns match. The two lock up. They start doing, the submissions and stuff like that. Tommaso Ciampa. This is a very interesting stuff to talk about here, because Ciampa was very particularly not pleased about some of the things that Gargano seemed to not be pleased with some of the things he was doing. You saw a little bit of Blackheart Tommaso Ciampa come out, because Ciampa tags himself in, which again Gargano didn't look too pleased about. Locks up with Alex Shelley. Sabin tags in. Shelley they start firing, back some stuff here. Ciampa tries to go back in Ciampa, but Sabin double teams on Ciampa. Does the Motor City Machine Guns. Gargano tags back in, lands some drop kicks onto the side of the head of Chris Sabin. Tags out to Ciampa. Sabin lands a back elbow onto Ciampa. Then, as he charges at him in the corner, then tags in Shelley. Levels Gargano with a double elbow. The Motor City Machine Guns. Then take Ciampa down with a pair of super kicks off the ring apron. Sabin looks to fly through the ropes to take out. I'm assuming he tries to take out Ciampa, but Gargano hits Sabin with a spear through the middle rope. Ciampa fires off stomps onto Shelley on the ring apron. They go to the back, or not the ring apron, but to the outside to the barricade. We get back from break here. Chris Sabin tags in, delivers a high cross body to DIY off the top rope. Fires off some chops. Levels Ciampa with the tornado DDT. Then lands a back elbow onto Gargano in the corner. Shelley tags back in, delivers a drop kick to Ciampa, and with Alex Shelley, the Machine Guns then send Ciampa and Gargano crashing into the corner. Alex Shelley pins Gargano. Gargano kicks out. Sabin tags in. Gargano connects with a kick to the head. Ciampa then tags in. Gargano tags in, and Gargano lands a kick to the midsection of Alex Shelley for Ciampa. Sends him crashing into the mat face first. Hits the running knee. Sabin rolls Gargano up, but Gargano reverses the fall. Sabin lands a jawbreaker onto Gargano. Gargano looks to respond with a kick. Sabin avoids it. Gargano accidentally hits Ciampa with a super kick, and Alex Shelley then tags in, and the Machine Guns go for the Skull and Bones onto Gargano for the win, and they get the tag team title match against the Guerrillas of Destiny. On the outside, though, you see a little bit of Gargano and Ciampa Ciampa being not very happy about what happened here. So I think we're going into the direction of the heel turn for Tommaso Ciampa. I think it's time to move on from. I don't think the DIY is hit on the main roster as a lot of people thought it would. But I don't know if the main roster is ready for that, for the retelling of the Ciampa Gargano storyline. But that is happening. So yeah. But after the match here, the Bloodline makes their way down to the ring. Nick Aldis follows. Solo demands that Brooklyn acknowledge him. They don't give a shit about him. Welcomes the Guns to SmackDown before he introduces himself and the rest of the Bloodline. Sabin says it's an honor to meet Solo. Then introduces himself and Shelley to Solo. Solo then suggests a WWE Tag Team title match right here and now. Aldis said intervenes and demands that Solo show some respect. Shelley then takes the microphone and tells Aldis that if Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa want to put their titles on the line right now, then they're good to do so. Or they're good to go, whatever. Aldis then makes the match and calls for a referee. And then we get the actual main event of the show. The Guerrillas of Destiny versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team titles. It's a line I never thought I'd say on coming out of my mouth here. But bell rings, Machine Guns dump the GOD on the outside. Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga respond with a double drop kick. Go back from break. Tonga Loa delivers a power slam onto Alex Shelley. Looks to fly off the top ropes as Tama Tonga does the same thing. So Shelley rolls out of the way. Solo Sikoa hops on the apron here. A hooded figure pulls him off the mat, crashing off the ring apron, crashing into the ring steps, revealing it to be Jimmy Uso. After assist from Jacob Fatu. After some assist from Jacob Fatu, the Solo Sikoa overpowers Jimmy Uso. Roman Reigns comes out to the ring to make the save. Brawls with Jacob Fatu back up to the back as Solo does the same thing with Jimmy. Sabin delivers a drop kick to Tonga Loa. I think it's Tama Tonga off the ropes. He charges him and accidentally hits the referee. Tonga Loa blindsides him from behind. Grabs a couple of chairs at the timekeeper's area. Hands one to Tama Tonga. But a hooded figure stands behind Tonga Loa. Lands a super kick onto Tonga Loa. And then that ended up being... then gives a spear to Tama Tonga. It's revealed to be Jey Uso, who is getting a little payback from Monday Night Raw, where the Bloodline cost him the Intercontinental Championship. And I'll talk about why this is so important here. The Machine Guns then hit Skull and Bones onto Tama Tonga while the referee is waking up, and are now the new WWE Tag Team Champions are the Motor City Machine Guns, thanks to the assist of Roman Reigns, the Usos. After the match, the pyros going off and all that stuff. Crowd's going crazy here. Jimmy Uso reemerges from the outside and hugs Jey Uso to a massive reaction. Roman watches as the show goes off the air. And we'll talk about that new match that was added to Crown Jewel in just a little bit here. But the last 15 minutes of SmackDown was fantastic. One of my favorite endings of the show in a while. And what I said here is very simple here, right? So, and this is what I'm talking about, right? So, let me see if I can find it here. So, let's see if we can find it here. So I tweeted out, if people are asking why are they doing it too soon? They've given the Motor City Machine Guns the championship too soon. I said very simple. Forwarded four different stories at once. It forwarded a story of revenge with Jey Uso costing the Bloodline the tag team titles because They cost him the IC title on Raw. It helped build the Bloodline War Games match that's obviously taking place. Removed all the titles from the Bloodline story and helps put over one of the best tag teams in the world in the Motor City Machine Guns. So that's what it did here. So now here is the match card as it stands for Crown Royal Jewels. We have the 2 Crown Jewel Championship matches that no one gives no one cares about. We'll see about here. A match I know it's going to be really, really good, but it's not going to matter in the long run. Which is the Men's Crown Jewel Championship match. WWE Champion Cody Rhodes versus World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. The Women's Crown Jewel match that no one gives a shit about. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. No one cares. Seth Rollins. Excuse me. Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. That should be fantastic. I hope Bronson Reed wins that one. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. I feel like that may should be like an unsanctioned type of match or something. Triple threat match for the United States Championship. LA Knight defending against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending the titles against the Sky Pirates and Piper Niven and Chelsea Green and Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. And then spoiler alert here, if you don't want to know the new match that was added to the show, you can either pause, close your ears, go away for like 15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe, and come back to this whenever you want. So I'm warning you here, spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. The Usos and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline 6-man tag match. It's also on the show. Which version of the Bloodline? I'm not entirely sure. We'll see about that. So that's the card for Crown Jewel. The other card here. So I have to change something here. So originally I said, I don't remember who I said was going to win the NXT North American Championship match on Sunday, but it's now, so it's not a ladder match now. So I can't see them having Obafemi lose 2 championship matches in a row via pinfall. So I think I feel like Obafemi might actually win the NXT North American Championship back. So I'm gonna change that. The family's gonna go up to the main roster here. There's that. And I'm also gonna change my prediction for the Trick Williams Ethan Page match. I say Trick Williams is gonna get the win there. So everything else is gonna remain the same. Everything else from Andre Chase winning the ambulance match to JC Jane winning the women's North American title match, and Julia and Stephanie Vicure winning their matches. That's going to stay the same there. So what's going to happen here? So what's going to happen this weekend? So this weekend we got in just about 30 minutes or so. Is it going to be the first night of the Stardom's the Goddess of Stardom Tag League, and then tomorrow night is also going to be the Stardom night 2. So I'm going to cover both nights on Sunday afternoon, and then get ready to come back here later on that night for Halloween Havoc. There will be no Pile Driver Pulse this weekend. So I'll save some of the whatever, like the big news stories, like the Def Rebel stuff. It's gonna be saved for I forgot what's the day. What the fuck is that? Monday for Raw. So yeah. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of next week's SmackDown show. Might as well go watch that. It's up there. It's up there in the thing here. Also, kudos to Io Shirai, by the way. She's wrestled since because the next week's show was filmed on the night. Io Sky would have wrestled all 3 shows this week. She wrestled on Raw, she wrestled on NXT, and she technically wrestled on SmackDown tonight. So yeah. So there is that. All right. Well, other than that, I ain't got nothing else to talk about here. I'll see you guys back here Sunday afternoon and Sunday night for both the first 2 nights of the Goddess of Storm Tag League, and then later on that night with Halloween Havoc. Until then, I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. We're out.